The Congo River, a pounding pulse across Africa. The deepest river in the world, home to untold, untamed creatures. The tracks are fresh. A leopard is close by. A real danger for young gorillas. But no leopard wants to face him, the 200-kilogram silverback. Yet this western lowland gorilla is no thug. Makumba is a devoted family man, doting over 3 adult females, 5 youngsters, and a baby. Silverback Makumba is the undisputed boss of his clan. The 10 of them roam a woodland region 1/3 the size of Manhattan, looking for food and finding adventure. Today, Makumba takes his family to the riverside, where the trees hang heavy with fruit. The baby loves to play in the water. And that's okay, as long as the little ones stick to the shallows. The water's dangerous. Gorillas can't swim. That's why western lowland gorillas live only north of the Congo River. They can't make it across to the south bank. The gorillas never go in past their waist. They have no fear of heights, though. While the females look for food, Makumba babysits. Above him, his youngest mate finds some fruit. And the older one wants a piece of the action. But the younger one insists it's strictly finders keepers. The situation starts to turn ugly. That's Makumba's cue to step in and break it up. Playing referee to multiple mates can't be easy. But the chief rules with a gentle hand, and he knows how to treat a lady. Especially when he realizes she's fertile. If he were oblivious, the female could also make the first move. Either way, nature takes its course. It's good to be king. The missus, meanwhile, has another hankering. For termites. The post-coital confection really hits the spot. Her daughter comes to see what's up. She's never seen a snack that walks. Now she can play with her food. Gorillas rely on their agile fingers. They don't use tools. And termites are about the biggest game gorillas hunt. They mainly eat leaves, fruit, and seeds. Macumba heads out in search of his supper. Sometimes the best dining spot lies outside the neighborhood. Today, he finds a small clearing. With a big obstacle. Forest elephants. Macumba has reservations. Elephants can charge if they feel threatened, and he takes no chances with his family. Now the family can enjoy their salad. Until a sudden sound disrupts the picnic. It might be the leopard. The little ones grab their moms. Another silverback. This could mean all-out war. Macumba has to make a tough decision. If he faces off against his opponent and wins, he can claim the loser's mates and expand his harem. But if he loses everything. He weighs his options before calling his clan back. Turns out King Kong is a lover, not a fighter. As twilight falls, the family heads to the treetops, where they build nests to sleep. Macumba stays on the ground, guarding his family. Relaxed, but vigilant. Western lowland gorillas live in the very heart of Africa, including the Democratic Republic of Congo, named for the Congo River, which cuts through it on its way to the Atlantic. The Congo's second largest tributary, the Ubangi, flows from the north. And here, the Congo spreads up to 16 kilometers wide. It acts like a giant moat, blocking all but the strongest flyers and swimmers from crossing Central Africa. And because of that, the Congo River is a game changer in the evolution of the great apes. When the river formed millions of years ago, it pushed our closest living relatives to the north side. Chimps. Like us, they use their smarts to solve all sorts of problems. Chimps also use tools. A little ingenuity gives them access to almost any food source. But there's one food they go bananas for. Fresh monkey meat. Chimps vigorously hunt red colobus monkeys. They monitor every monkey jump, a high wire rack without a net. One wrong move, and dinner is served. Chimps live by a strict code, an organized jungle land gang, smarter and often meaner than anyone else around. Lanjo, the dominant male, gets to eat first. As long as everyone keeps to his or her place, life is grand. But this mother chimp dares to scoop the rest of her clan on these fresh blossoms. Lanjo is one peeved primate. He won't tolerate such disobedience, especially from a female. She forgot her place in the rigid chimp family hierarchy, which is run like an old boys' club. The head of the clan leads a troop of lower adult males. Females of any age and males younger than 15 rank lowest of all. Among the males, politics rules the day. They form alliances with one another to stay in favor, rise in the ranks, or even grab control of the clan. They strengthen bonds by picking off dead skin and parasites, the chimp version of golf. Someday, when the alpha male grows too old and weak to lead, one of these males will leverage his alliances to take his place. These two, left out of the group, have no future in chimp politics. Still, they have it better than the females. For them, it's every girl for herself against the aggressive males. This mother hides in the forest with her baby to avoid them hassling her. All she wants is peace and quiet, though here's the dilemma. Her absence might anger Lanjo. But it's too late. The leader, secure in his alliances, is itching to dominate the wandering female. His male subordinate's grooming session gets interrupted by a subtle noise. Scratching is their secret signal. Lanjo calls his posse. The search is on. A storm blows in, complicating the patrol by masking the sound of anything moving through the forest. The female hunkers down, shielding her baby with her body. Hours later, the storm has passed, and the males head back on her trail. They spot her. A henchman sneaks up under the watchful eye of the leader. By the time the mother sees him, it's too late. The baby is lost, but it can save itself. Lanjo goes after the female. She'll get her punishment. When a male chimp is about 15 years old, he'll start a lifetime of bossing and brutalizing females. The only other species to act so violently against its own is humans. Chimps, like gorillas and other non-human great apes, can't swim. Here, the Congo's deep rivers and fast-flowing streams fence them in. Just as land hems in the aquatic residents of these waters. The creatures living here have adapted ingenious ways to thrive in the river's blinding, silty soup. The Congo Bashir is as prehistoric as it looks. It uses an ancient method to locate its prey, by smell. Its protruding nostrils allow it to sniff out even the subtlest odors. Leading this Bashir to a trove of tasty tetras. Those flamboyant nostrils make the Congo Bashir one of the most successful predators in these waters. But not the most bizarre. In these waters, one of the most peculiar creatures is the elephant fish. It uses its trunk-like snout to probe for small worms, rummaging through the sediment like a vacuum cleaner. But that's not what makes this fish unique among all fish. This vacuum comes loaded with special features. To navigate in the murky water, it sends out electric pulses from an organ in its tail. Electroreceptors in its body sense nearby prey without seeing or touching it. This fish's hideout was washed away in the last flood. Now he's looking for a new lair with another elephant fish. It circles the route several times, creating an entire 360-degree picture in its head, similar to a bat's echolocation. This is the only fish in the world whose brain compares proportionally to a human's. It takes a big brain to process so much data, and if the elephant fish were man-size, its brain would be about the same size as ours. A first among fish. We continue down the Congo, almost as far as Kinshasa. The shape-shifting river takes a wild ride, plunging to the deepest point of any river in the world. But first, the python-like Congo slides over a rock barrier into Malibo Pool and swallows an area 1/3 larger than Chicago. And then, this is no storm on the Atlantic. This is still the Congo. Here, the wide, silent river unleashes its pent-up rage at the world's most extensive rapids, Livingston Falls. The fierce current, 5 times the volume of the Mississippi, defies anything to live here. And yet, animals manage, at least in the shallows near the shore. In a shoebox-size alcove beside the deadly Congo whirlpool, the ultra-slender lionhead cichlid refuses to go with the flow. This member of the tilapia family has a flattened body with very low resistance to the rushing water. Still, there's only so much pummeling this battered fish can take, so he hides from the current in a cranny. But now he faces another kind of resistance. He won't relinquish his precious home without a fight, even facing tough competition. The battle's won. He gets to stay, for now. Except for members of his own species, the ultra-slender lionhead cichlid has no other rivals for food or shelter. He's super specialized for this tiny, turbulent location. The Congo is peppered with these micro-environments, each little niche hosting its own specialized fish to exploit it. The churning water is a crucible of evolution. This 350-kilometer stretch from Malibo Pool to the Atlantic contains over half as many fish species as in all the waters of Europe. About 145 kilometers west of Kinshasa, the turbulent water gushes at 50 kilometers per hour into the world's deepest river canyon. A silent, lightless world. Nothing lives down here. Almost. The water exerts a crushing pressure 20 times higher than on land, and that's at more than 200 meters below the surface. The water down here looks almost viscous. Even here, there is life, perfectly at home in the abyss. Where it's too dark to see or be seen, the blind spiny eel has no need for color or sharp vision. Scientists are pretty much in the dark about what it eats or how it lives. Just as oceans define continents, the Congo River divides Central Africa, chopping it up into smaller, separate domains. Its haphazard currents and depth spur evolution and defy exploration. Today, the land south of the river remains one of the least studied regions on our planet. As late as 1933, the same year the film King Kong came out, scientists named a new and distinct species of great ape here. But most of us have still never heard of it. The world's most recently discovered great ape is no King Kong. In fact, it's smaller than a chimpanzee. It's a bonobo. While chimps hang out strictly north of the Congo River, bonobos only swing in the south, and they couldn't be more different. Bonobos take orders from a loose sisterhood, girl power. The alpha female looks after her 5-year-old son, her young prince. He's mostly independent, which is good, because he's about to be displaced. His newborn little sister will win most of Mom's attention. Some members of the group enjoy the sweetest fruit on the tree. Putting the others in a sour mood. So far, all's calm. Until another hungry group of bonobos approaches. If this were the chimp side of the river, that would mean war. But bonobos don't settle differences by fighting. The way to make peace is simple. Make love. Bonobos are one of the few animals who use sex for more than baby making. Right now, it's soothing social conflicts. Anyone can participate, young or old, male or female, in almost every combination. Jungle love does the trick. Everyone mellows out, and even the newcomers get to enjoy some fruit. Bonobos rarely resort to violence, but the males have a shorter fuse than the females, who form a friendly sorority. The females use sex not only to keep the peace, but also to win popularity contests among the other girls. The prince will come to realize he doesn't have much of a say in this girl's world. This assertive male already understands he has no status. The young prince outranks him, but the older fellow has ambition. Besides, he's bigger. Refusing to settle, sensing an opportunity, he makes a bold grab for power. The uppity ape won't stop bullying the young prince. The leader frowns on the power play, but chooses to wait and see. When the commotion spreads to the group, she's forced to act, calming the younger ones Bonobo style. But it doesn't work. The young male flees. The leader pursues, not to punish him, but to settle the dispute the only way she knows how. Her gentle dedication to keeping order is the secret to her success. And it rubs off on the rest of her group. Then something extraordinary happens. Unlike gorillas, bonobos like meat a lot. A rabbit-sized antelope would hit the spot. A female sneaks up on it. Surprisingly, the peaceful bonobos hunt, as chimps do. Hardly anyone's filmed it before. Bonobos divvy up their kill. No one goes hungry or has to fight for a share. Bonobo females rely on cooperation, not competition, to keep the family fit and healthy. If chimps are the warriors, then bonobos are the hippies. Their location along the Congo over the last million years might explain why they're so laid back. The rainforest south of the Congo provides bonobos with all the food they could want and no gorillas to share it with. When the pickings are easy, there's no need to compete. But north of the Congo, chimps deal with gorillas in their midst and have to hone their competitive edge, even against each other. When the Congo River took his current form, he may have split the ape populations that later evolved into bonobos and chimps. Humans are equally related to both. Beyond Kinshasa, the Congo squeezes through narrow gorges until it finally reaches the Atlantic after a 5,000-kilometer odyssey. But remarkably, even against the wide Atlantic, the mighty Congo holds its own, sending a surface plume of fresh water up to 800 kilometers into the sea. The sediment it carries spreads 20 kilometers into the ocean. The Congo rainforest meets the sea at Pongara National Park. It's February, the start of the rainy season. And also, an earth-shaking event. The time of the turtles. This one's overslept. Most of her siblings have hatched and gone off. But she is in good company with the other stragglers. At night, the young turtles orient themselves by the moonlight. Now it's confoundingly bright everywhere. Besides navigating by the light, turtles rely on the Earth's magnetic field and probably other methods we don't even know about. As they scuttle the few meters to the ocean, their internal compasses align to the north. The shortest distance between 2 points isn't necessarily a straight line, but the compass doesn't know that. This young female has worn herself out. But most of the others are on the right track. At last, the young female manages to negotiate the tree trunk. Using all she has left, she pushes herself forward and into danger. She faces one more turtle hurdle. Crabs. They can gang up and attack her. Not today. There's no stopping her now. Slow and steady may win the race, but only 1 out of 1,000 leatherback sea turtles will survive their first few years. If she makes it, in about a decade, she'll return to this exact spot, sexually mature and ready to lay her eggs. And when her hatchlings head into the ocean, the Congo will flow right alongside.